Hello, gore horrors and fellow deadites. I'm Brendan,
I'm Sam.
and welcome to our Life in Horror.
We're doing a movie review.
Doing another movie review.
And we've got some friends with us.
Yes, we do. Two very amazing friends.
Yes. Before we bring them out, I just want to say a big shout out to our channel members. Thank you so much for subscribing. Yeah, signing up, subscribing.
I don't know. Sure. It all sounds good to me.
And one of them is with us today.
Yes, he is.
And I just want to also throw out the fact that we have merch.
Yep.
Which I've said a lot now,
Yep.
but it's still 25% off for a few more days, just under a week, I think. So we're going to review The Children.
The Children.
Should we bring our guests out?
Absolutely.
All right. Oh,
Hi.
Page. We can hear them, but we can't see them yet. Hey,
There we go.
Oh, hi.
how's it going?
Great. Good to see you all.
Yes. How's it going, David?
It's good. Happy to be here. So
Before we get started, can you guys tell everyone where they can find you and what you're up to?
Sure, David, you go ahead.
I'm on X. I'm at Sparkly Goodness. On Blue Sky, I'm Hookerights. Bluesky.social, whatever the full thing is for that, you know how it is. And yeah, that's me. That's where I am.
Awesome.
It's hard to remember that because we just moved over to Blue Sky recently, and I still can't remember the handle at the end there. I just remember my name.
Me either.
But yes, I'm the Bitter Wolf, so you'll find my website, realbitterwolf.com, and my YouTube channel, The Bitter Wolf Horror and Hijinks, where I do the Horror Mosaic, which is profiles of people in the horror community, including Our Life in Horror and David are both featured in the first 10 episodes here. So go check those out. They're really great. It's just profiles highlighting different aspects of we have filmmakers, we have writers, we have actors, directors, musicians, all kinds of stuff. So check out the YouTube channel. I also have the Bitter Interviews now, where I'm interviewing filmmakers about specific movies. So there's a couple of interviews up on there right now with a few more in the works. So check those out soon. And on the Bitter Wolf website, I'm also starting to publish original fiction, thanks to our good friend David here. And he's publishing under Huckleberry Watts, and you should read his fiction. We have one excerpt up right now. David, do you want to tell him about the excerpt that you have?
Oh, yes. So that's for His Body, Her Choice, which is an extreme horror story where a young woman horribly tortures and murders an incel on a live stream. And it's as cheerful and as delightful as that makes it sound. And that's available now on itch.io, well, huckleberrywatts.itch.io for $3, and all the money from that is going to get donated to Planned Parenthood.
All right. Yes. And so we also have another story by David on there called Eager Beavers, which I love that title. And it's a creature feature. So anything you want to say about that, David?
It's very Canadian. So
Lots of apologizing in A's.
No, it more.
There's no apologizing, surprisingly.
There's no apology. It's the wildlife in particular of Canada.
Okay.
There's
Cool.
a big part.
Awesome.
I've read the other one, the His Body, Her Choice, right?
Yes.
Really well done. Loved it.
Thank you.
And Bitter Wolf, you interviewed, I'm going to butcher the name, I forget, Charles, help me out, Charles
Oh,
Brand?
yeah, Charles Band, yes.
Okay, I'm so happy I watched that interview because he is in Search of Darkness, the 90s
Oh,
one
yeah.
that just came out, and he's doing lots of talking about the 90s movies in it, and I would
Oh,
not
sure.
know who he was if I didn't watch your interview. So I was like, I know that guy. I've seen him.
Yeah.
I was so excited.
Yeah, he was a big guy in the 90s, and I think his stuff is still worth checking out. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be checking some of it, more stuff of his out. It's what, Full Moon?
Yeah,
Full Moon Features,
Full
yeah,
Moon-
and it's
yeah,
got
yeah.
lots of tits and ass for you. So I think you'll really enjoy that. Yeah.
I got a few of the movies.
Do
Those
you?
movies. Yeah.
Which ones?
Terror's Trap, I think, is a Full Moon.
Oh, is it?
I
Yeah.
think they just released it.
Okay.
Did they make it?
He mentioned it when we were talking, actually, but I think he might have produced it. But they were involved with that. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Castle Freak and The
Yep.
Pit and Pendulum.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And they even produced Reanimator, actually.
There you go.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Learning
I was
something. new.
surprised.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna hit the chat here real quick, and then we'll get into it. Hello, Ryan Swayze.
What's up, Brian?
Thanks
Hey,
for
Ryan.
joining us.
Oh,
The best mod out there, and he's got Real Bitter Wolf's YouTube link in the chat there. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Jean is with us. Hey, Jean.
Hey, Gene.
Thanks for joining us.
Hello, Gene.
So this was both of your guys' first watch of The Children?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, seriously?
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very
Okay.
curious.
Yeah. Is this the remake of the 1981?
That's what I've been told, and I didn't know it was a remake until like this month. I heard that, so I didn't know that there was one before this. I thought that it was original, but
I thought it was an original as well.
Oh, okay.
I'll have to look into that. I have some fun facts that I'm going to do at the end as well. I haven't read through them yet, so maybe it'll pop up or something.
Okay. Yeah, because I have no idea.
Yeah. So quick synopsis. Well, it's not really quick, it's very long, but two families gather at an upscale English estate in late December. Elaine and her sister Chloe, along with their husbands and children, are set for a weekend of family bonding and winter fun. But when they arrive, one of the children becomes sick and all of the children exhibit strange behavior. I'm going to leave the synopsis at that. I don't think you need to say any more about the movie, to be honest. It is longer.
Yeah, I think that's a perfect description of it.
But I think too much is just too much. It's got a 5.9 on IMDb and a 75% on Rotten Tomatoes. This is starring Eva Berthisel, Hannah Toynton, Stephen Campbell, Jeremy Sheffield, Rachel Shelley, Jake Hathaway, William Howes, Rafaela Brooks, Eva Sawyer, Freddie Both. I'll stop there. So, spoiler. Oh, and it's directed by Tom Shankland and was released December 5th, 2008 in the UK. So, spoiler-free thoughts. What did you guys think?
Wow. David, you want to go? You want to go first? I'm still processing my thoughts. To be honest.
not my favorite thing in the world.
Yeah.
I've watched it. I've watched it twice now because I watched it fresh before doing this because I was like, I want to give it another shot, and I wanted to make the notes that I needed to make. I don't like it, and I think the reason I don't like it is because it's so English. Like, and I just like there was nothing wrong with it insofar as pacing or stuff like that. It was just the characters, all of them, just die. I really couldn't take any of them. So yeah, but it had that English thing of like I recognize that sort of thing because that's like what people here are like, and it's just horrible. So,
Okay. It's gonna be interesting because you're like from there, so I'm very curious to see how this discussion goes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What about
I'm
you,
really
Peter?
curious. I'm really curious what David means about the about this aspect. So we're gonna find out. But I think I liked it better than David for sure. based on what it sounds like, and I don't have the deeper connection to the UK. So I think he knows, he's got more insight there. But for me, I'll get more into my deeper thoughts, but I think it worked better for me. And there's a lot that I enjoyed. And I also was really annoyed by the children, but that's part of it, of course. So we'll talk about all that.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you?
I still like this movie. We watched this movie 4 years ago.
Yeah,
3.
before we moved in our house. So
Yeah,
4.
We watched this in Paris, and it was just kind of bought at a whim. I can't remember if you picked it out of the dollar DVD bins,
I think I did.
or how we got a hold of this movie to begin with. But I still like this movie. I think it's paced well. I think it shows kids in an uglier light than what most other movies do, and I appreciate that, because this is what kids are most likely like. They're fucking gross. They're loud and annoying. They're
Yes.
Little spot monsters.
yeah. Oh my god, it's disgusting.
Exactly.
They're loud and annoying. They're bossy. They don't want to listen. It just shows the true ugly side, and then it shows what happens too if you're not a firm parent. Like these parents are very much of, like, I think this is almost before the helicopter parent, yet somehow there's still helicopter parenting, you know?
Okay.
Like there's only one person ever punishes a child in this movie. And it is, I agree, in agreement with the worst way to do it, because I don't, as much as I say fuck these kids, you shouldn't be doing that to a child.
Yeah. Thanks for clarifying.
Yeah. Like, because that's never happened to me as a child growing up. I think I turned out okay. But yeah, that's just something that's never, my mom never believed in that. Yeah. So it has happened to me once by somebody that wasn't, it was a boyfriend at the time. Oh, he got in trouble.
Oh
yeah.
Whoa.
Story time later.
Yeah, he got in fucking trouble.
Wow.
But yeah, it just shines a nasty, realistic light on chaotic children.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I still like it too, and I was really nervous because I hyped it up for everyone, and I was like, I'm scared I'm gonna watch it and hate it, but I actually liked it. I feel like this movie feels almost bleak in a way. Yeah, okay. I wasn't sure if it was just me. Okay. Yeah, it feels bleak. Like there's a lot of moments in this and a lot of kills where I was just like, oh damn, like I forgot about that. Yeah, I like it. It's definitely not a happy movie, but it's kind of fun and bleak at the same time. I don't know how to explain that, but we'll get into it in the spoilers, I guess. I do like it though.
Yeah, I don't understand how it's fun, but okay.
Maybe it's not even. Maybe I don't know.
If you have a good time watching kids get fucked up, then yeah. I think it's a jolly old fucking time.
Yeah.
Wait, did everyone here see? Did you guys see Terrifier 3 yet?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, it's watching kids get fucked up can definitely be fun. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny in Terrifier 3. You know, there's no way around it.
That's true. Jean says, I don't think I know this movie. Well, we are going to get into spoilers, so this is your warning.
Yes.
And I recommend trying to find it. I'm not sure where it's streaming, where you're at. Like, where did you find it, David?
I had it on DVD. I just never watched it. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay. Because I know, Bitter Wolf, you said you had a hard time. Isaiah, you've had a hard time finding it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like everywhere I found it, it would say content not available when you clicked play. So it's like, even on Shudder, it was like that. So it's on Shudder, but it's like they took it down or something. I don't know.
Okay.
But I watched it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we'll get into spoilers. So describe this movie in 3 words. David, you want to start?
Okay. English. And the second word was one of yours, so bleak.
Okay.
and Christmassy.
Christmassy. Bleak and Christmassy. Good, I like that.
Yes, I also had Bleak on mine, so it sounds like we all had similar ideas there. But I had Bleak, I had Tense, because I thought they did some real good work with tension in this movie that I felt made it pretty unique. And then I put Full of Screaming Children as my third word into one word, because that was like one of my, it really just jolts you to the senses. And I'm not used to that. I generally keep my distance from the kids, but this puts them right up in your face, and yeah, they're pretty scary.
What about you?
So mine are pretty much the same, just like they're not the same, but like I wrote down like a number of things, but they're all like kids are, and then the last word is changed. So like kids are gross. And then I also wrote kids are chaos.
Yes.
And then I did say fucked up family too was one of mine.
Yeah.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah, it's very weird family dynamics going on throughout this movie.
Yeah, there's some weird relationships. Yeah. I put cold, creepy children.
Yep.
3 C's. Cold, creepy children.
It is a cold movie. That's a good word. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the kids always look like super pale because they've been outside the longest and dark around their eyes.
Who's your guys'
emotionless?
Who's your guys' favorite character? Because I'm a little bit in the same boat as David, where I had a hard time liking people. So I'm curious.
Mine was, and this, as we go on, there'll be a lot of qualifiers for this, but my favorite was probably Casey.
Okay. Yeah.
Because she was the only one who was consistently like, nah, stab him. So, you know.
Exactly. Yeah. I agree. I mean, it's got to be Casey. She's the only one that you can really empathize with strongly, I guess. The others, the other adults to me were equally as annoying as the children. So I think Casey was the only one that I felt a strong, like, I can really empathize with what she's going through. And she has extremely bad luck as well. So or bad timing, I guess. I don't know what you would say. But sorry, one of the dogs had an accident.
Oh no.
I was like, ooh, my foot is wet.
Oh no. You can take care of that if you need to.
Yeah, just give me a second. Sorry, everybody. Yeah,
no worries. Do you want to talk about your favorite character, I guess?
Sure. I also, I'm 50-50 between, you don't have the cast sheets out, do you? What's the main moms?
Elaine and Chloe.
Elaine
is the blonde. Chloe is the sister.
Yeah, so like Elaine, I was bouncing back and forth with, and same with Casey. I was also backing up. Like Casey gets a rough go because like it's so easy to blame the teenager, right? As a parent, I don't think Elaine really blames her as much as Jonah does. Like they're always like, "Oh, you should have been watching the kids." It's like, no, not really. It's not really her responsibility to be watching these children. But she always, like Isaiah put it the best way, she's always in the realm of bad luck. She's always away when something happens, which is something I think the children took a lot of advantage of because they knew that she'd be going out and trying to find signal to text her friends, or she's trying to sneak out at one point too. Like she's just a rebellious teenager.
Mm-hmm.
But Elaine to me is a good mom. I think she's a good mom. She's like one of the best parents out of the four of them. Mm-hmm. She makes some rough decisions. Jesus, our dogs are gonna go nuts here. Near the end of the movie, but like she just truly, like, I don't know what it's like to obviously be a parent, but like even if your kids are gonna kill you, you're gonna have an extremely huge moral dilemma inside about wanting to harm like even your nieces, right? When
Mhm.
she's stuck with that kind of ultimatum, are you gonna kill these children that are coming to kill you, or are you just gonna let them kill you because you just can't do anything else?
Yeah.
So I flip kind of back and forth between. I do agree Casey is the more empathetic character in this whole shebang. So yeah.
I actually went with Elaine.
Oh, did you?
Elaine's my favorite. Yeah.
Wow.
I think I get the whole moody teenager thing, and she kind of did have a shitty hand in the movie, but I think there was a few things she said dialogue-wise. Oh my god, our dogs are just like going at it. Can you bring him upstairs? Thank you.
Yeah.
I think there's some things that Casey might have said along the way that kind of threw me off from her. So that's why I went with Elaine. I think she was probably the best of the parents as well. I have issues with all the other parents. We'll get into that later. But yeah, Elaine was fine. Like she seemed nice. I don't know. I just like following her, I guess. And I liked that she was one of the ones that made it to the end too with Casey. So like I don't totally not like Casey. She was considered for my favorite, but I ended up going with Elaine.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, there's definitely things that you could, in theory, empathize with, I think. But I guess because I don't know, maybe the character development is needs to be slightly stronger or something. I'm not sure.
I can see it. Yeah.
But or maybe it's just so stressful to be around parents with their kids. It's not like you get a chance to get to know them anyway because all the kids are screaming. I don't know. So maybe there's that aspect that I'm missing. But yeah. David, sorry, were you gonna say something?
No, this is just my face. Sorry.
Okay.
I was gonna say what's up to Peyton here quick. Hey Peyton.
Hey Peyton.
Thank you for joining us. Peyton, Ryan, have you guys seen this movie? Let us know. Who's your guys' least favorite character? This is gonna be a fun topic because there's a lot of bad people in this movie.
For me, it was Jonah. Couldn't cope, and I think it was like his just general dislikableness. I know he was when he does this, he's in the position of being like a parent in like go mode, but the way he just fucking clocks Casey in the head with that little telephone box thing, I was just like, oh. So yeah, no, him. And he's this. I mean, discipline your child how you like, but he chases that child down. Yeah. I was like, oh, you are too eager to hit that child.
Right. So that's exactly what I thought too, David. It was like he was waiting for an excuse to punch her in the face. Yeah. Yeah, it has to be Jonah. I mean, I didn't write. I wrote down everyone else for my least favorite as out of Casey, but you did make a good point about Elaine. So I think I can't really say everyone else for that reason. Okay. And there's definitely things you have to force yourself to empathize with in theory, even if you have a hard time while you're watching it amidst all the screaming. So I have to empathize with the parents because they're the ones who have to be in that. So, but that being said, Jonah, because yes, he deserved everything that happened to him, whatever happened to him. But we'll talk about that later too.
Okay. Ryan has not seen this. You should try and find it if you can.
Yeah, absolutely. It's good. I'm sure you can. Anybody can go to like a pawn shop or like your local used movie store, and I'm sure there's a copy sitting there.
Yeah. Who's your least favorite?
How about you go first?
I agree with Jonah. I mean, he's a kid beater. So that's enough. And yeah, he just seems like, even like Casey calls him a knob. Like he's just not, she doesn't even want to call him dad. Like he's just not a good guy. But then like, I agree. Like everyone else sucks too. Even the Aunt Chloe, like she just seems a little stuck up and like calls Elaine a bad mom and like just is on her high horse with her stupid gold stars. And, like
Helicopter parenting.
Yeah. And then there's Robbie, who's the uncle, and he's like a little sleazy, like kind of with Casey and stuff. I'm just like, dude, you're gross. So yeah, and then like obviously the kids are sick and infected, so you can't really include them, but their screaming made me paranoid about my fucking birth control, man. Oh my god. So how can you not put them in there too? Just their faces. I'm like, oh.
Exactly.
Yeah, I put one kid down specifically.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay, let's hear it.
Well, I agree with Jonah. I think Jonah is also like the quickest to anger, and not really like level-headed thinking. And he doesn't know how to. It does seem too like he has like favorite kids.
Yeah, I put aggressive for him.
Yeah, like I don't know if Casey's his actual daughter or not. Too, I was trying to think about that, but she does call him dad by the end of the movie. So I was curious about that.
I'm wondering if he's her mom's boyfriend or husband, but like she has a different dad from the past, and the other kids are his.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. It just by the dialogue.
Yeah,
that's kind of what I caught onto. But
yeah, so definitely Jonah. I put Polly down too. Polly drove me fucking up the wall. This kid.
Polly.
Yeah.
Okay. With the xylophone.
Yeah, the blonde-haired kid. If there was like a Village of the Damned remake going on at this time, he would have been the leader of the blonde-haired fucking little kids.
I was wondering if he was acting that way because he's infected, or was he like, I don't know, I kind of got like on the spectrum vibes from him.
I did too.
I'm not sure if he was on the spectrum or if he's just straight up like sick with whatever the fuck is making them crazy.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm never gonna get an answer to that. So
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys thought, but
I think there was some learning disabilities going on.
Yeah.
I didn't think that, not because it's just because I think he's like, he throws up as soon as he gets out the car. So I just assumed he was like that because he was like, turning into a monster. But that was, but yeah,
That's true. He was the first sick.
Yep. Yeah, I think that was the vibes I just got too. Is I didn't really notice any coding for the spectrum or anything necessarily,
Okay.
but maybe he was, and that's why they didn't read into it any more than they did.
That's what I was wondering, but yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
We didn't get to see Polly before this, so
Yeah, he just has that like blank stare down. Like I think he's like the secret master. He's the secret mastermind behind most of the things that happen within this movie. I think. Yeah. I do. I wholeheartedly believe that.
I thought the little girl was.
I could see her too.
Gosh,
Which one, Leah?
She has a face.
Yeah, Leah.
Yeah, her face was perfect for that role. Wait, I had a question about the word knob as an insult. So I've heard this before, but I never really have a barometer to gauge how insulting it is. So is it like super insulting to call someone a knob?
No, I mean, like if you said it to like a parent figure, you'd get a telling off for it. But it's one of the in the
or beat, if it's Jonah.
Yeah, but in the
right
in the like wide lexicon of swear words we have in England, it's not one of the good ones.
What's his? I call people knobs at work too. So what's the what's the meaning in the UK?
Penis.
Penis?
Oh, seriously?
Yeah. Oh,
yeah. I thought it was just like a dummy.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
So is it like calling someone a dick? Like you're a dick?
Yeah, essentially. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I always assumed it was calling somebody stupid.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah, that's why.
Me too.
That's how I use it at work. So
knob is a wiener.
Wow, Brendan, you're just going around making all kinds of friends at work. Hey,
yeah. I don't think anybody else knows that. I know that means like penis. So they all just think I'm calling them dumb.
Yeah.
That's
There
funny.
you go.
I'm gonna say what's up to the chat here quick because we got a couple more people. Bo's here, Critic After Dark. Very
Hey.
underrated
Bo.
in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
Bo was just on the Bitter Wolves channel too.
Yes, he was.
Oh yeah, he was on there this last week. It's a great conversation.
And Cal L. Daly, welcome.
What up, Cal L?
Let us know if you've seen The Children and what you think of it.
I think it's gonna grow on me even more. Like I think I'll watch it again. Actually, initially I wouldn't watch it. Oh, sorry, I won't get. I always go ahead of myself. Sorry.
That's okay.
I was gonna talk about watchability. I'll save it for later.
Oh right, we do that at the end. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one was hard for me, but who do you think had the best performance?
I mean, I've kind of got two, and it's because I don't really know like how to gauge it. So, Hannah Toynton, who played Casey, was my main one. But I think also Eve Sayer, who played Miranda, who I think that's the blonde one. I also had her down because she was like, even though a lot of the stuff about like her being like one of the ones was like telegraphed, there was like a lot of things that like she was the one who like I felt most unsure about, because there'd be times where she was acting like obviously like infected, but then there was other times where it just looked like she was like scared or unsure what was going on, and she was the one that I was most like, I don't know, are you okay or are you not okay? So like so for her as the, because a lot of the child acting was just screaming, she was the one who like had, you know, scheming face on. So yeah, her as well.
Okay.
That's true. Wait, what was her name? Miranda? That's the one that left with Jonah at the end?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, she was good. I mean, I thought the acting was really good in this movie all around, to be honest with you. And usually when I see like it's going to be a creepy kid thing, it really doesn't do much for me. Like I was one of the people who was kind of disappointed with the second half of When Evil Lurks, because we went full into just the creepy kid thing. And I was like, whatever. But in this one, I thought it was really effective. And part of that was because the acting was really good. And the kids were creepy. So kudos to them, because I thought they were creepy. And kudos to Jonah, because he was a knob, total knob. And did I use that? Can you say total knob?
You can.
Okay. He was a total knob. And Robbie, sick. I mean, he was just creepy. Every time he was on screen, my skin would crawl. And because it's just like, what's hiding behind that little smirk of his? So I think they all did a great job acting. Yeah. I can't target one.
Okay. I'm a bit in the same boat. I don't think anyone did a bad job in this movie. Like even the kids, like you said, when they're a lot of screaming, but they even had like some little like creepy giggles and stuff. And I was like, ew, someone punched that kid in the face. Like, get that thing away from me. But yeah, like Casey did a good job being the moody, rebellious teenager. I thought Elaine was good. Like she had a lot of emotion when she had to deal with the kids coming after her, or when she unfortunately offs one of her own children. Yeah, I thought everyone did a good job at what they were supposed to do.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I think everybody does a fairly good job. Like Isaiah said, the kids are all great, especially Leah is a fantastic little girl.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like everybody's super recognizable from this movie, but I can't place where anybody's from.
Jonah reminds me of the guy from the Hills Have Eyes remake, the guy that ends up conquering at the end and gets his baby back.
See, for me, he reminds me of one of the teachers in Spider-Man, like one of the newer Spider-Man movies with Tom Holland. I'm trying to think what else he's been in. I can't remember what his name is, but Yeah, he looks exactly like him. And I'm like, it took me like a few minutes for the movie to go on and to get a close up of him. I'm like, oh, okay, it's not him, but like, fuck, they look alike.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I recognized anyone from this, but it would have been like, what is it, 15, 16 years old now? This movie, so a lot of these people would be much older, and I'm not sure I recognized them from anything. I looked up Casey because I was interested if I'd seen her, because I thought she looked real familiar to me, but I hadn't seen anything she's been in.
Yeah.
She was in the In-Betweeners.
Okay, I didn't see that.
I haven't seen that. Yeah.
It's a English sitcom, which is pretty good.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Is that like a super famous sitcom there?
Yeah. I mean, yes, sitcom's the right word. It's it's like one of the well-known ones. It's pretty good, yeah. But she was in that.
The title.
Yeah.
Cool.
I haven't heard of it.
No.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say hello to Ryan who just joined. Hello. Thanks for joining. And Kyle L. Daly has not seen it, but Married with Children is a favorite if that counts.
Little different vibes.
Similar. We left off on best acting, right?
Yep.
So score and soundtrack.
I didn't really notice it. That's always going to be my answer. I never really notice, even when I set out to focus on it. If once I'm in the movie, I really don't. So sorry.
That's okay.
No opinion.
All good.
Yeah, I think it's in this one. It's. I think it was effective enough. Whatever. I didn't notice anything in particular, but I did feel a good sense of tension as I was going through this movie. So I assume that contributed to it. So yeah, if it was there, then it worked. I didn't notice.
Yeah, I'm pretty much in the same boat. The only thing I know about the score is from what they had at the DVD menu, and it's like playful and kid-ish, like kind of fantasy kind of thing. Like I pictured it being in like Hook or something like that. But other than that, I didn't notice the score going through. I was trying to look for lines the whole movie, so I didn't really pay too much attention to the score.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I actually wrote down Polly's xylophone, the toy xylophone. That's the only thing I freaking noticed.
Yeah, there's some decent like sound design in this movie.
Yeah.
Give it that.
Yeah.
Oh, really good. I thought that was like part of the tension in the first half, that I was like, because you kind of know the general direction it's going, but you don't know exactly how it's going to get there, and you don't really know if you should trust Casey or not. And so a lot of that sound design helped heighten the tension. So I thought that was great. And the xylophone, was he playing a particular song on that thing? Like, I remember being disturbed by it for some reason, but maybe it was just my nerves were on edge because of all the kids. And Polly was just like, oh God, he was,
I think he was just slamming on it, and it was overstimulation for all of us.
There you go. Okay.
What do we got here? Ryan Swayze says, question to the panel. I was thinking of changing my last name to my real name, Lakey, or should I just stick with Swayze?
Wow.
That's up to you.
Yeah, that's a personal preference for you, buddy.
Yeah, I like either or. I just am happy that you let me know so that you don't pop on with a different last name next time and I don't know who you are. Although you're set up as a mod, so I would know anyway. But I think that's totally up to you.
Yeah.
I think Swayze's fun, but if you want to have your actual name, then go for it.
I just assumed that was your actual name.
No, he told us in a past stream that it wasn't actually his last name. Hey Joel.
Hey Joel.
Have you seen The Children? Let us know. We're moving on to cinematography.
Again, there wasn't much with this that I noticed, although there was the bits or the things that I did notice. It was kind of, I don't know if I don't know if editing really is classed as cinematography, but there was a bit where there'd be like lots of like stuff slamming into the screen real quick, and then cutting with like the one bit where it's like she's going to sleep and it like zooms in on the pillow, and then there's just like a really like quick cut to like germs multiplying, and then it cuts to something else. And I was just like, oh, okay, but yeah, so didn't really notice it. And when I did, it was off-putting more than anything. But yeah.
I noticed that too, David. It was like some of the cutting was a little bit awkward, or like I think at first I was not really following the relationship between everyone because the cutting. But I think the cutting also kind of emphasized the chaos of what it's like to be around kids when they're running around screaming, and it's confusing. And I think that confusion is part of it, because they also are confused when things start going south. They don't know what's going on. And it's amidst all this chaos that they just think is normal for kids stuff. And so that's like, I think it's really brilliant how it unfolds and almost in real time. It's like it too slowly dawns on them. But that's realistic, because these are kids. Why would they ever think these are going to come out and kill us? So these are their kids in particular. There's no reason to think that. So I thought that was great.
Yeah, I agree. I think it could also be like a chaotic way that children think. Maybe it's kind of jammed in your face. When did this movie come out again?
2008.
That's a product of its time for sure, because of course movies along in this 2000s era always did these quick choppy cut editing. I do actually have one shot that I really, really like in this movie.
And you wrote it down at the same time I wrote it down too.
Oh, okay.
You can go ahead.
Oh, okay. So there's this overhead shot of Elaine following the blood trail of
Robbie.
Robbie. And it's just a single shot following her slowly. You see the blood trail. She's following the blood trail, working its way to the tent. Awesome shot. One cut. I was like, damn, that's the best shot I've seen all movie. And then, like, there's like classic like creepy children in the distance shots, which they look good. Contrast with the snow too. There's some of those like blood shots. You see the blood like slowly soaking up all the snow, and it's a good contrast, color contrast.
Yeah.
I have another shot. I just want to say thank you to Joel for the super sticker.
Appreciate
it,
Joel.
man.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I appreciate you. And let us know if you've seen the children. So I put that the cinematography feels frickin' cold. so many winter shots, and I even noticed a blue filter at one point over one of the kids. It was like just one scene, one random scene. And then I put the flashy. Oh, I just threw my pen.
She's so excited to discuss it.
I'm so excited. I put the flashy editing as well. I like that you said that it kind of replicates like overstimulation a little bit. I think that's cool. I put the above shot as well with the blood trail, and then I also put at the end when Elaine ran into the blonde girl with the car, and you see from the inside of the car her head, and she just slides down, and it's blood
that's
smearing.
great.
I like that shot.
Nice.
That's great.
Yeah, that's what I put. I'm gonna go retrieve my pen, but do you guys want to talk about costumes and outfits?
Well, I'll talk more about the cinematography while you go, because I think Sam's always the one who has great insight into the costumes. But she took the shot that I forgot to talk about, and that shot is amazing. But I was thinking too, in most horror movies, they're gonna, in the beginning, I'm always like looking out for what do they linger on when they're establishing the setting and everything, because they're giving you hints about certain kills later on in the movie. And I thought this one is like it was pretty heavy-handed. I mean, it would like zoom straight in on this hook that's going to go kill Robbie later whenever that happens. Or we're going to go straight up into the dog door and look at it for 5 seconds. So it's like, remember, this dog door is important. So there was a lot of things like that I noticed, which they did end up coming back later. So I was like, I think that's good filmmaking if you could be really subtle about it. you know. And I'm not going to bash anyone's filmmaking abilities or anything like that. But for me, I was like, okay, well, that's how it's going to happen, you know.
Yeah.
So that was just one thing about the cinematography that I noticed. But I did really like a lot of the shots, like the one Sam was talking about.
Yeah. Do you want? Well, before we get into cinematography, I'm just going to say a shout out to Jimmy. Hello.
Hey, Jimmy.
We've got a watch along of The Fly ready in January that we're going to be doing with Jimmy.
Yep.
I haven't scheduled it on our YouTube yet, but it's coming. Also, because Joel here sent the super sticker, I just want to say everyone should go subscribe to Darkroom Reviews because I believe he's very close to 500.
Yep.
Oh,
subs,
congratulations.
like very, very, very close. Looking forward to The Fly. Me too, because I've never seen it.
Yep, I'm looking forward to it too.
What?
Yeah.
Sam, really?
Yeah.
I guess I should
tried.
be
Really?
surprised.
I tried once a long time ago to get you to watch it.
I just keep putting it off.
Yeah, it was during one of our first meetings, so it was like during our phase, our substance abuse phase. So
Call us out. Okay. That explains a lot.
It
yeah,
is what it is.
I think that's why it was skipped.
Probably.
I think we made it like
We partied a lot.
yeah, there's a lot of parties.
Yeah. That's-
Costumes and outfits.
Wow. David, what do you think about the costumes?
They were all regular clothes. I mean, yeah, I mean, there was none that stood out. I was kind of disappointed because Jonah was my least favorite character, and he wore a check shirt and jeans, which is what I wear to work. So, but you know, there was nothing really that stood out. I mean, Casey's outfit, I like alternative like that look, but yeah, nothing of any, you know, great insight to say about that, I'm afraid.
Neither do I. I think there's zero insight. Take it away.
I surprisingly didn't write too much down. I just put Casey with her teen punk outfits, but I was not feeling that fetus tattoo that she had on her belly.
Oh,
No.
Why would you do that?
Yeah,
I usually don't judge tattoos, but like,
yeah. That was my only note, that the tattoo is incredibly distasteful.
wow.
Yeah.
Yikes. And then they're showing it off in the shed. And, it's just like, oh.
Yeah, like the way it's introduced is gross.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know. Everything about it was like putting me off.
yeah, everyone else just wore clothes.
Yeah.
There wasn't
Wow.
anything crazy.
No.
Memorable lines.
The one I wrote down is one of the qualifying things of why Casey almost didn't make it to be my favorite character, and that was where she shows the tattoo and goes, "Oh, didn't you hear? I'm the abortion that got away." And I was like, "Oh, God, yeah," and that stuck with me. But I was like, "God, what a it just, you know, where something like just really rubs you up the wrong way." It was one of those. I was just like, "Oh, nah, that." Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah.
That was...
I don't have anything down for memorable lines. I'll just put it that
Okay.
way.
Yeah, you know what? I'm in the exact same boat. I don't have a single memorable line from this movie. There are 0 punchlines.
I wrote down okay, so we were both questioning what Casey said. It sounded like she said night night slut to her little sister, but we think she actually said night night slug, probably.
I think slug. That's what I heard.
I heard slut, and I was like, damn, slut shaming a little 5-year-old. She's probably like 8, but still.
Oh yeah! Wow.
But Casey said a lot of stuff. Like, even you guys don't have least favorite either. I guess you didn't write anything for lines.
Well, I think David's wins now because I forgot about that line until he said that. Yeah.
Yeah, I wrote down a few from Casey. Like she said, "I'm so sad I could fart." I'm like,
oh God, yeah. What the fuck was that? Is that a common statement that you, David? Is that a thing?
I've never heard anyone say that.
Like this was all within like 3 minutes. She said, "I'm so sad I could fart. Exercise gives you cancer, and whatever, baby raper." And I was like, "What?"
Oh, I missed that one.
Yeah,
I missed that one too.
She said it on the phone to her.
Her friend.
To her friend, and I was like, What?
It's like a casual insult. Like, is that
that's why is? She couldn't make my favorite character.
Oh, sorry, I missed that one.
Robin the Cradle.
Her friend's Robin the Cradle. Yeah.
You could say whatever, cougar.
Well, her girlfriend is hooking up with a younger guy.
Yeah, so she's a cougar.
I guess.
Yes, that's so extreme.
Graper.
Yeah. This was made in a dark time.
This was a dark movie.
Wow.
I guess we'll move on to favorite kill then, if no one else has any lines. Ryan,
but Sam, I didn't like these lines. Just like
movie.
Went over my head. I missed all these lines.
You gotta rewatch it just for the dialogue now.
Yeah.
Yeah, no shit. But she's also what, 16 years old or something. I feel like that's just. I mean, God, what did I say when I was 16? Yeah,
that's true. So, I guess you say some foul stuff back then.
Yeah.
I was an absolute angel when I was 16. So.
I know I wasn't.
I was 50-50.
Favorite kill?
It was either favorite. It was either running over Miranda, because I just like the way that was done. And you said about it earlier, the way that she like slams into the car and you just see her, like slide down the window. And then the one which I think it's the kill shot. It's the way it edits where they stab. Oh, I can't remember her name, but the annoying, the dark-haired parent, her
Chloe.
Yeah, where they you see they stab her in the eye.
Mm-hmm.
That was just fun because they like as you see it go in and then it like snap cuts to something else. I was like, oh
yeah,
yeah. So that one I liked. So
yeah. There's some pretty satisfying kills in this movie, and related to the fact that so many of the characters are unlikable. So you just get lots of great catharsis from watching them get it. And so that was a great kill, seeing the eyeball. You don't get to see the eyeball too much. A lot of times they cut away from that. And so I love that. Gets me pretty good. I don't like when they cut away from kills, so I wasn't a big fan of the sliding down the... I was a really big fan of the setup for sliding down in the snow with Robbie. But then they cut away. Come on. And that was a good kill in my mind. I just wish we had seen it more.
Yeah.
Let's see what. I love the Miranda one. That's probably my favorite. It's so impactful too. You can like feel it whenever you slam against the car, and that's what you want. I hated Jonah's death because you didn't get to see it again, and that really was just a travesty. So you get to see him beating on a kid. You want to see him get the Art the Clown treatment, you know? So
yeah,
he's still alive by the end of the movie too.
Yeah, sort of.
He's breathing in the snow.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah.
He gets the slow death of hypothermia.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There.
I think I had one more about the. So there were two boys, and I don't remember their name. Well, there's Polly and then the other kid, and I feel like they had very similar deaths, like going down on the thing, and that was my only other complaint. But I did enjoy that kind of death, you know. That's it. Sorry.
No, that's good. I actually went with the little boy that Casey kills on the door, like the wooden piece. It just like it's
Nicky.
jarring.
Yeah, his name was Nicky.
Nicky?
Yeah.
Okay. Nicky. Yeah, fuck Nicky.
Yeah, because that was mine too.
Yeah?
Yeah. I wrote 3 down and they've all pretty much been said. Polly, because I hated him to begin with. And then Nikki was like a pretty loud screamer and very annoying throughout the whole movie. And then when it was like she deliberately did it, I was like, yeah, fuck that kid up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it wasn't an accident. Polly's was an accident. But yeah, when Nikki bit the dust, I was like, yeah, fuck that kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish they would have like it's hard because like they're relatives as kids, but like if there was a kid running at me with like a pencil up, I would drop kick that fucking kid so fast. And I would just and I don't know if this has been used in other movies, but like somebody has to use that shot somewhere of just a kid running up and then the parent or whatever just fucking putting their foot up and just dropping that motherfucker. And, like it, or even just kicking them. Because I bet you could kick one of those kids pretty fucking far.
Yeah.
I was thinking that in the movie too. Like, how strong are these kids?
It's not that they're even they're smart. That's the problem.
Yeah,
they're pretty cunning, clever little children. But like, yeah, if you just so happen one's running at you, just I'd drop kick one so fast.
They play on the emotions really well. Like when they're all up in the face. Leah, she gets her big moon face on, like it looks real cute and everything. And then Elaine's like, nope, can't do it. It's like, sorry, she's too cute. So they definitely manipulate them in that way, and they know what they're doing, even though they don't know what they're doing at the same time. So I think this movie is growing on me as we talk about it. I kind of like that.
We'll get into least favorite then. Just going to say what's up to Josh here real quick from Beyond the Grave. Hey, buddy. Hope you are well. Have you seen The Children? I'm asking everyone that comes in if they've seen it. What's your least favorite kill, David?
For me, it was probably Robbie on the sledge for two reasons. One, it was off screen, and I'm like, nah, mate. But also, that was one of the ones where the editing was going absolutely batshit, and I was watching like, this is just giving me whiplash watching this, and it was cutting from this to this to this to this, and I get why, and it was effective, but I even though I knew why they were doing it, I didn't like it, and so that scene was like just exhausting for me, to be honest. But yeah, it was the fact that it was all that, which I didn't like, and then it didn't even have like the money shot. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Although I did enjoy the flap instead after. That was pretty nice. It was
that was gross.
Those flaps bother me. But yeah, that was good. The least. I already said. I already said my least favorite, I think. So you go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going with Jonah as well because you don't get to see it. You just see the aftermath, and by the end of the movie, he's still breathing in the snow. In the long run, I guess he's going to get one of the worst deaths, but like you never see it come to fruition, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would agree. I don't know why I wrote Polly. I think maybe I just thought it was a little bit emotional when it happened because Elaine obviously felt so bad about it. Like she just killed her own kid. But I agree with Jonah. Like I actually wish we got a much better death for him based off of what a piece of shit he was.
Right. I think Polly's is poorly edited. Like for a lot of like the action sequences leading up to it, it's not the easiest thing to follow. So I understand.
Okay. Gore factor and special effects. What do you guys think of the special effects?
Well, it looked real. Like, I mean, it was considering the amount of like blood that there was was never a point where I was like, that's a bit rough. It all looked real to me, and like, yeah, so all good with the special effects.
Yeah, I thought it was great. Like, pretty much exactly what you'd expect. Whenever Jonah bashes Casey's head, she gets the injury that you'd think. Although she snaps out of it really quickly, I think it probably would have taken her out for a little bit longer than that, maybe even killed her a little bit. But I thought it was good. I did love the flap. I wanted to see more. Like, I was hoping that we'd get a little of a gap on the face, but I'd have a lot of preference to what I want to see. So that's just me projecting my personal. But I do like the idea of them not showing everything right away. Like, you don't see the full extent of what the children are capable of immediately, and it slowly dawns on you. But yeah, but I just like a little more gross out. But what they did do was great.
Yeah, I thought there was some gruesome moments. Like, these kids took their doll and shoved it into Robbie's wound and made it seem like the doll was coming out of his belly, and the doll is yelling, "Mommy, mommy," or whatever the fuck it's saying. And I'm like, did they just make this doll like inside of the dad? Like, that was disgusting. And then like Elaine's leg snap was gross.
Ooh,
like I hate leg snaps. I hate flaps and leg snaps. Gross. But that doll, like, I was shocked. I did not remember that scene.
I didn't either.
Yeah, I was like, these kids are fucking gross.
Wait, I have a question. The leg snap though. So I was confused by that because I was like, man, her leg snapped really easily. But I was like, first of all, there seemed to be lots of tension being built in that moment, but I didn't quite see why, because she's not climbing very high. But the way they were filming it was like she's gonna fall. But then and the kid too, it's like they're like 5 feet up. So I was curious about that. And then I was like, how did her leg snap? But maybe David can explain it to me.
Oh, no, that scene, like, because when I first watched it, definitely I was like, there's at least 2 deaths in this where I was like, well, that wasn't kids being evil, that was just people being dipshits, and her getting her leg snaps, dipshit move, because
yes,
fucking climbing the thing in heels in the first place.
Why didn't she go under him and say, jump down? You're 2 feet underneath him.
Yeah. And yeah, so, but yeah, they were like building a lot of tension with that, and I was like, it's not that high, but you are wearing shit shoes, so there is that. But yeah, when she falls, doesn't her legs like go through the bars or something, and that's how it happens?
Oh, I see. It's like a okay.
So like like her legs go in and then she flips and
okay.
Yeah.
Just stupid. That's when you deserve it. You know?
Yeah.
Icy heels on a, what is that called? A jungle gym thing?
Yeah, monkey bars.
Monkey bars, thank you. Monkey bars.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of what they were called. Just gonna say hello to Big Rod.
Hello, Big Rod.
Hey, Big Rod, one of our channel members. How are ya? Have you seen the children? So where did we leave off? Core factor?
Yeah.
Storyline and pacing.
Yeah, it was fine. Like it rattled along at a fair old pace. In terms of story, I don't know, because I am one of, depending on what the film is, I do switch either between like I want that explained or don't explain it. And this one, I don't know, I kind of fall 50-50 on it, because on the one hand, you don't need it explained. This film would not be improved with it being explained. But also, I kind of want it explained a little bit, because he just like gets out of the car and just vomits, and then it's just like, he's got the disease, he's got the child disease that makes him evil, and I was like, okay, but like they didn't need it, but if it was there, I wouldn't hate it, because it's like, it's not just that they turn evil, they do get like smarter, or they have a level of intelligence that I would not usually assume that a child that age would have. So yeah,
that's why you would be the first to die, because you underestimate the children.
Yeah, I'd be like, fuck, and they can't get me, and then
First one dead.
Yeah, pacing. I thought it was great, like David. I thought that I liked it a little more than David as well, like I said before, and I think it was because of the pacing, because it unfolded at a rate that I don't really care if things are fast or if they're slow, as long as it works. But for this, it felt like you don't see it feel this natural. Like a lot of times in horror movies, we see these kids standing around like looking creepy, and we expect you to immediately respond and be like, "That's wrong," but you don't really ever see them be real natural about it. Like they're trying to tell themselves that nothing's wrong because this is my baby that I love, and I'm gonna not ever do anything. And the way that Elaine acted towards Leo and she's standing in front of her getting ready to kill her, it seemed natural, even though it's crazy to us on the outside. It still felt natural. So I thought that the pacing helped build that believability, because it's confusing and you start to realize it around the same time as the adults are realizing it, and then it's too late for everyone. So yeah, good.
Yeah. Big Rod, you should definitely find it and check it out. It's bleak.
Yep. Yeah, I think the storyline and pacing is all good. I like that for the most part of the beginning of the movies, all the say kills or injuries appear to be happy accidents and not like planned out, even though you soon later on learn that they are. I think there's quite a few stupid, naive parent decisions. As where all the like 3 of the kids run out into the woods, only one parent goes to look for them with the daughter, Elaine. This is like the only issue I have with Elaine, and then she just leaves the daughter out there to look for them in the woods. And then there's this weird there is this situation where Casey is confronted with Leah. She finds Leah, and then you see the little kid behind her. And then we get a cut. Like there's a cut. We don't find what happened in that little scenario and how she got away.
Okay.
But yeah, I like it. I don't think this movie for me really needs an explanation. It's just kind of like it happens. You don't know why.
It happens.
It could be a fallen satellite. Like some Night of the Living Dead shit. It could be just a fallen satellite. Now radiation is spread. These kids have become killers. I like that it seems too like the younger they are, the faster this happens. So maybe Paulie's the youngest of the kids, so he's infected first, and then it's Leah after that, because you see her cough and then wipe whatever the fuck gross Scooby shit on the pillow, and then the other 2 kids there soon follow. But Casey, this drives me nuts about this movie is that Casey is implied to be infected at the end of the movie. When she just has a natural reaction to puking to seeing her sister run over by a car, which I would think as a natural reaction. Right.
Yeah.
And then the camera lingers on her and she starts to get that blank stare. So that's where maybe the timeline, you're older, you're not getting it as fast as what the younger kids are.
And maybe the adults will get it too later. Elaine will get infected a day later.
Maybe it's just like this huge ongoing pandemic that affects everybody. But I didn't like that. I wish that it would have been like, you've hit puberty, so therefore this is being ripped right out of Cooties. If you've seen that movie, once you hit puberty, you no longer have that chance of being infected.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that movie's about zombie kids.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you've hit puberty, you're not going to become a zombie.
Okay.
So I would have liked that rather in this movie, because I think they set Casey up to be such a strong character, and then just to kind of give her this, you're infected, never mind. Screw you.
Wow.
I didn't like that too much. That was like my only real gripe with the end of the movie.
Okay. Yeah, I think the beginning felt a little slow to me, but there's like a lot of characters to set up with like their relationship dynamics and stuff, so I get it. But once shit hits the fan, like it continues to hit the fan the rest of the movie. I had one question. One of mine was Casey infected at the end, which we kind of think it's implied, I guess.
Yes.
My other is, did they not fucking call an ambulance and the cops?
Kids are killing their
Yeah.
parents everywhere now.
Oh, in the
that's
whole
one.
town, probably.
I would assume that this is a global event.
Okay, because I'm like, where the fuck was that emergency vehicle that they called in the beginning of the movie when Robbie
Yeah,
died from the sled?
that's why. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, that makes sense, I
Yeah.
guess.
In my opinion, this is a global thing,
Yeah.
or
probably.
at least
Yeah.
a nationwide thing.
Well, yeah, we did see all the kids at the end of the forest, so
Oh, yeah.
I guess all the first responders were axed. Maybe.
Sure.
Busy axing other kids.
What?
Busy axing other kids.
Yeah, they're at other calls, other house calls.
Yeah.
Kids gone crazy. Okay, that was really my only question, I think. I also totally forgot that this could be a Christmas movie. I thought it was just a winter movie from what I remembered, but it actually takes place like right after Christmas and like on New Year's. So it's kind of festive. That's just one thing I wanted to point out.
There's some lights.
There's some lights, some snowflake decor, and they're celebrating New Year's.
Yeah, there's no Christmas themed kills though, so
No.
that's one thing for me that makes it a Christmas horror movie. So
True.
this could be a Christmas themed or a holiday themed horror film. That's what we'll say.
Yeah, there's a sled kill, which is kind of festive.
Oh,
kinda.
good point.
Yep.
It
It's
doesn't
just-
count.
that's
We didn't see it. It
winter, though.
doesn't count.
Favorite scenes, I guess, if we haven't mentioned any that can think of.
Yeah.
I think I've pretty much covered all mine. I think I'm on the notes. I just put stabbed in the eye, but I covered that.
Great.
Yeah.
Fulci. I mean, one thing I really liked was how clearly they wear their influences on their sleeves in this movie. So the Fulci references, there was a lot of eye stuff going on, and a lot of like the pushing the head down onto the stuff. That feels straight out of Fulci. But the one that I saw the most was the Shining moment on the stairs whenever she's holding the rod and she's like, get back, and they're slowly walking up the stairs, and some of the dialogue is almost repeated word for word from The Shining. So that was their moment there that I appreciated that. And Casey's back there trying to break a hole in the door. So so I think, and the winter setting, so they clearly enjoy Kubrick. So I liked those moments, but I also just liked the scenes where the kids were wreaking their havoc, and we got to see it. So that's it.
I'm glad you brought that up because I haven't seen The Shining, so I wouldn't have noticed.
Oh,
that.
sorry.
No, that's fine. That's cool that you noticed that the references.
Mm-hmm. I think we talked about most of my favorite scenes too. Yeah, I don't have too much to add. I didn't even write anything down really, so I don't really have anything to go off of.
I think my absolute favorite scene is our tent scene and the greenhouse scene going back and forth. Like, it was just so chaotic and bloody, and that's doll in the belly. Like, it was a lot. There was just a lot going on with these kids and the parents, and I think that was my favorite part of the movie. Besides that, yeah, we've talked about it, I guess. Do you guys have any least favorite scenes?
I put down Jonah versus Casey. I think that whole section though, because he just like I think he says something nasty to the wife as well, and I was like, dude, both her legs are snapped. What do you want her to do? And then the way he was just like so keen just to hit 7 bells out of Casey. So I was that scene was just like upsetting. I was just like, oh God, man, so that was my least favorite, just because it was rough. But,
Jonah being Jonah.
Yeah. That's why my least favorite is the discovery of Jonah because of that. It's like, I'm okay with those scenes if you get some payback later, So that's probably my least favorite.
Okay.
Mine has to do with anything with the children and mucus.
I wrote that too. All the kids coughing and snotting.
Yeah.
Oh my
And
god.
touching each other and touching other objects and like
Gross. Yeah, god. Yeah.
Coughing and snotting, gross stuff on your pillow, and then still sleeping on it.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I could.
It's so
never.
well done. Like it just makes you really just the kids are so visceral being around them, you know, and the acting is so great. Like they just feel like real kids and they don't feel like they're acting. You know, and so God, and just Polly, I'm like, how could you even love that kid? I hate to say that. It sounds horrible. Maybe it's because we meet him when he's already a monster, you know, and it's like it's hard to see any value in Paul.
We didn't see any of these kids before. Really, the blonde girl, I guess, is the.
No, you saw them playing on the like night one. They were all playing together.
They
and
all had
whatnot.
some weird stares, though. I didn't like.
They were all super chaotic children at the beginning of the movie, right? So like they're just being kids, but yeah, it's still it's driving me fucking up the wall. But
I guess we're already kind of talking about it, but we're talking about the killer category, which is the kids. So, do we have anything to add about these kids, or?
Not especially. Miranda, I said earlier, she was the one that I probably liked the most, just because she was the one who was like, even when she probably was infected, she was just like playing it cool and stuff, like just like not trying to give too much away. And how she, even though her planning was kind of foiled, you could still see her like setting things up to help the other kids. So she like pulls the splints off of the mom so she can't move, and then when Jonah pulls the door shut, she just puts her hand up real quick to stop it closing properly, so the kids could get in. And presumably when that car crashed, either Jonah was flung out the thing real fast or she dragged him out, but she did something to him because he's buried under the snow and he's not having a good time. So, you know, I liked her because she seemed to be like the most, like the smartest and most calculating one. So yeah, I liked her as a villain sort of thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that nails it. And I think the suggestion is that he blew out of the car in the driver's seat and he just went through the windshield. That probably fucked him up enough, and she just buried him in the snow, and they're gonna let him die. I don't know, but yeah, I thought she was very subtle. Like that's one thing I really like about the movie is the subtlety of showing what these kids are doing. Like they're slowly operating in the background, and their parents aren't paying attention, and that seems realistic. And they use that to their advantage, like Sam was saying. So I love that tent scene as well. I like whenever they're going through the top of the tent with that garden tool, whatever that is, and it's edited in that way that David was talking about, but it's good in that scene because you don't know who it is. You don't know. You can't really tell if it's Leah. You can't tell if it's Miranda. You can't tell if it's Casey, and that's why she becomes confused and thinks maybe it is Casey, you know? And so I think that's really effective when they are focused on that type of thing. So yeah, I like the kid killers.
yeah, I mean, I'm excited to watch them all die, but Miranda just seemed. I think you guys have kind of convinced me that she might be the more so like kind of leader on this. Because like she's at that age where she knows how to manipulate her parents and probably has a self-awareness to manipulate things around her. Like Nikki, I don't picture as being able to figure anything out other than just to kind of lead by the girls' example. So I think the girls do take a huge lead in the planning of killing these parents, manipulation and stuff.
Yeah, I don't have too much more to add. I just think they're chaotic, and I like that they use their screaming to an advantage, and they all run in different directions, and their parents are all like, ah. It's overstimulating as the watcher. I can't imagine being the parent trying to catch up to them all, and they're creating all these diversions, and Yeah, they did good. I like the creepy kids too. Their little giggles and their creepy stares, and they all look so sick and nasty. And yeah,
they do.
And say what's up to Geo. Hey, Geo.
Hey, Geo.
Have you seen the children? What's I don't have the paper. Scary rating? Okay, scary rating out of 10. 10 being the scariest movie you've ever seen, and 1 being not scary at all. What do you guys rate this?
Somewhere like 1 if I was, but I have scope to be generous enough to give it a 3 or something, because it's not a scary type of films. There are bits of tension, but it's more it wasn't particularly scary. It was more sort of like watching it for the enjoyment to be had of watching children kill people and then people in turn kill children. So yeah, wasn't scary, did what it needed to. I'm not faulting it on that, but it wasn't particularly scary. So anywhere between a 1 and a 3.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I was just sitting here thinking about how, like, I recently updated my resume and stuff to put some, like, to show that you have YouTube editing skills or whatever it is. And I'm just sitting here thinking, you know, if someone watches this video, and it's like, oh, I wonder what he makes videos about. Maybe we're going to talk about, we love to see children dying on the screen. I just wish we could have died even worse. So, scary. No, it's not that scary. Yeah, 2, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Geo says he has not seen it. Is it like Children of the Corn? I've never seen Children of the Corn, so
Sort of.
Vibes, some vibes.
it's children that are getting sick from this virus and they become crazy, and they're pretty creepy.
Yeah, Children of the Corn's more like a religious event.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's very cold and bleak
Mm-hmm.
and chaotic. It's good. Scary rating for me, I'll give it a 2 based off of just their creepy faces and the bleakness of it, I guess. But yeah, it's not like I'm gonna be scared to go to bed tonight.
Yeah, I'm going with the 2 as well, just because there's that one doll in the tummy might upset some people. Other than that, I wasn't thrown off by this movie at all. I wasn't scared.
Okay. Rewatchability, and would you recommend?
Rewatchability, I'll give it 1 more go, because I've managed, and you all have managed to convince me that I actually liked it more than I did on the first 2 watches.
Hey.
So I will watch it again, just, you know, and because I feel that I've disliked so many. I think I have anyway. Disliked a lot of films that Sam's recommended to me, and it's starting to feel like it's deliberate and out of spite. So it'd be nice to go back and like end up liking this one. But so I'm gonna give it another watch for that. Recommendation though, probably not, because I'm still not convinced that I like it. So I probably wouldn't go out shouting about it just yet. So
Okay.
That's fair.
Yeah, I kind of went on this similar journey as David, where I started out not very sure. I think I messaged Sam. I was like, I wasn't sure how I felt about it, but I think I evolved, and I started to like it. So I would watch it again, for sure, and I want to watch it again. And would I recommend it? Yeah, I would recommend it to people.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I'll give it like rewatchability for me. I like the fact that I have not seen it since 4 years ago, we said.
Mm-hmm.
And so I kind of forgot a lot of it. I think I'm like, it's one of those movies that I'll watch again in a few years. I'm not going to jump at it again next year, because there's other holiday horror that I like better. This one is quite bleak and chaotic. So I'll give it a few years, but I will rewatch it. And would I recommend? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty much in the same boat. I'm kind of happy we left it for so long.
Yeah.
This movie made me want to watch other kid movies, though, like other kid killer movies. Like I want to watch The Good Son. I've never seen it, and I really want to watch it.
I don't know.
This movie made me want to watch that movie for some reason.
I don't even know what that is.
Who's
you know what it's about?
Culkin?
I
know what
that
it's
movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah,
It's The Good Son, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Macaulay Culkin and Elijah Wood when they're like super young.
Oh,
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
I don't think I've seen it, but I know of it. But yeah.
Geo says it's awesome.
Yeah,
I'll have to Google
I
that.
think I've seen the ending, but that doesn't detract from what the rest of the film is like. But
Nice.
for this movie, rewatchability, yeah, like Sam said, every few years. Would I recommend? Of course, I'll recommend this movie. I think it's a good movie. Hopefully you'll like it. It seems like a low budget English film, but I think it works.
Movie rating as a whole, we rate with emojis. They're going to cover our faces, but what would you guys rate this? If you're somewhere in between an emoji, you can say a high thumbs up or a low thumbs up. What would you rate this?
I will give it a. Is that a sarcastic eye rolly face? That one. I'll give it a high. I'll give it a high one of those because I'm starting to come round to it.
Okay.
A high eye roll. Nice. I was gonna give it a low thumbs up before, but I think I'll just give it a thumbs up.
Okay, I'm going with the high thumbs up.
Okay. I'm going with a solid thumbs up.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I meant a high okay.
High okay?
Yeah, I meant high okay.
That would be like a 3.5, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm in the same boat. So, but I'm still on the side of liking it. So I want to say a low thumbs up because it sounds better.
Sure.
It's still a 3.5.
It's all. It's life and death.
Let me see if I have some fun facts here, and we'll let me pull it up. It was nominated for the 2009 Fright Meter Award for Best Horror Movie. Casey's tattoo is the cover art of the album Egitis Byrjan of the Icelandic band Sigur Rós.
Oh wow! Really?
Jeez,
that's wild. Sigur Rós, I think is how it's a. Wow. Okay.
A company called Snow Business provided the artificial snow that was used in this film. That was fake snow.
Oh,
that's a lot of snow.
It's impressive.
Yeah, I thought it was real. Oh.
Yeah, I thought it was real too.
Yeah.
Chloe is seen putting a star on a Fridge Magic magnetic star chart before she sets it down to check on the sleeping kids. On there, Nikki's reward is a swimming lesson. Leah's reward is a painting lesson, but Miranda's is left blank. Okay.
Ooh.
Those are all the fun facts.
Oh, really? I should have watched the special features.
Magic magnet? What is that?
It's
a magic magnet star chart.
I see.
Fridge Magic magnetic star chart. That's a mouthful.
Yeah.
The magic part is throwing me off, but okay. Wait, is that the name of the company or something? Fridge Magic?
Yeah, Fridge Magic.
Oh, okay.
You gonna go buy one and give yourself some gold stars?
Yeah, I was trying to really good. I need some.
That's all. I kind of wish they said if it was a remake or not now, because I'm curious. But
I was gonna watch the special features actually, because the DVD has quite a few, and I just didn't feel like it this morning.
Oh, that sucks.
And I was gonna.
I would have watched them with you.
Next time.
Yeah. Well, that's The Children. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Yay, that was fun. I like that movie.
David's like, I'm so happy that's over.
I always like talking about films with you guys, even if it's a film that I'm not super into. So
Yeah, that's fair. Before we head out, do you guys want to tell everyone where they can find you one last time and what you guys are up to?
So I'm on X at Sparkly Goodness, and I'm on Blue Sky at Huckle Writes. I don't know what the end bit is still. .bisky something or other. And you can find the stuff that I'm writing on huckleberrywatts.itch.io, and up there at the moment is His Body, Her Choice, which is my extreme horror short story about a woman torturing and murdering an incel, and that's available for $3, and all the proceeds go to Planned Parenthood. So, yeah,
Love
enjoy.
it.
Yes, it's brilliant, and that's why I have it on the. You can also find it on my website, realbitterwolf.com, and it'll be up there until he tells me to take it down, and I'll promote it every now and then as well on my social media. So you can find me on Blue Sky. The Bitter Wolf is where I am over there. Instagram, same thing. YouTube, same thing. So just go watch all that shit I was talking about before. Yeah, that's it.
Awesome. Everyone go support David's short story and Bitter Wolf's YouTube channel. And what do we got going on?
We are going to be doing a horror hangout on Wednesday.
Yes, with Bo and Kayla, and we're going to do horror. We're going to talk about horror news, and we're also going to play that Guess the Movie based off the clip game again, but with Christmas horror movies.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
And then you were doing a panel with Bo, just the two of you.
I wouldn't call it a panel.
A panel
but,
with two people, yeah. You guys are doing Gremlins versus Gremlins 2.
Yeah.
Next Saturday.
Yeah, at 8
p.m. Eastern.
Okay.
I'm going to be baking cookies all day for the whole weekend, so I won't be a part of it.
Sam will be MIA.
I'll be watching on my phone while I bake. I'll try and be in the chat. And then we don't have too much else planned at the moment, so
we'll keep everybody posted.
Yeah. Thanks, you guys, for coming on again.
Thank you.
Thank you both.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you to everyone in the chat. Thank you, Ryan, as always. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And yeah, have a good night, everyone.